Good evening and welcome to Bahrain International's Daily Show. We have great segments coming your way here on our show Bahrain Today. I would like to invite you first of all to tell us your suggestions and opinions of our show through contacting us via email or Instagram shown on the screen. In today's episode, we will highlight sessions of the International Conference on Innovation, Technology, Enterprise and Entrepreneurship held here in Bahrain and the local arts center, in addition to a closer look at Bahrain's ice hockey sport. All of this and more on Bahrain Today. Stay tuned. Under the patronage of the Minister of Education and Chairman of the Higher Education Council, Dr. Majid bin Ali Al-Naimi, Applied Science University, in association with London South Bank University, is hosting the International Conference on Innovation, Technology, Enterprise and Entrepreneurship. Let's watch this report for more.
Under the patronage of the Minister of Education and Chairman of the Higher Education Council, Dr. Majid bin Ali Al-Naimi, Applied Science University, in association with London South Bank University, hosted the International Conference on Innovation, Technology, Enterprise and Entrepreneurship ICITEE 2019. 69 papers from researchers from 16 countries: Bahrain, UK, Turkey, Canada, Spain, Italy, Australia, UAE, KSA, Lebanon, Kuwait, Jordan, Indonesia, South Africa, Nigeria, Kazakhstan are included in the conference proceedings. Researchers from prestigious universities in the aforementioned nations will be attending the conference. The conference covered topics related to innovation, entrepreneurship, ICT, sustainability, education, BIM, innovation in construction, project and knowledge management, and financial innovation. The conference created a big impact as it covers important topics for society today, and it will raise the kingdom's reputation for running research conferences of the highest quality in line with the highly regarded Higher Education Council (HEC) National Research Strategy 2014 to 2024.
That seems like an amazing and one-of-a-kind event. To talk more about that, we have with us in the studio Professor Ghassan Awad, the President of Applied Science University, Professor Paul Ivy, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Chief Business Officer of London South Bank University, and Professor Charles Igbo, President of Chartered Institute of Building in the UK. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Professor Ghassan, if we start with you, can you tell us more about the event and what it aims to achieve?
Yes. First of all, many thanks for hosting us.
It's our pleasure.
The event was about an international conference on innovation, technology, enterprise and entrepreneurship. It was jointly organized with our British partners, London South Bank University, with support from the Chartered Institute of Building and the Association of Arab Universities. The conference was over 2 days. We hosted 69 research papers from 130 researchers from 16 countries.
Amazing.
As far as Australia and Canada, South Africa, United Kingdom, many places in Europe and Middle East and
diversity.
the Gulf region. And the conference covered really topical issues related to innovation, its importance, technology, changes in the environment because of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, which will transform our lives, and enterprise entrepreneurship, how we create an entrepreneurship culture We've been very lucky to host 2 amazing keynote speakers and 1 gala dinner speaker. The 2 keynote speakers covered the future directions of research and the importance of entrepreneurship, especially for students.
Amazing.
And the gala dinner speaker was the president of the CIUB, in fact, addressed the issue of innovation and how we create a culture of innovation. In addition, we have the Secretary General of the Association of Arab Universities, Professor Amr Azzat Salama, who addressed the issue of research and innovation in the Arab world, which was very interesting to see where we are and how we can move forward with the subject. And we had a presentation as well from the Secretary General of the Higher Education Council, His Excellency Dr. Abdelghani Shweikh, representing the patron of the conference, His Excellency the Minister of Education. And he addressed the research and innovation strategies in Bahrain and the future directions. Of course, the conference was in line with Vision 2030, and now we can move forward to make Bahrain a truly knowledge hub, and in line as well with the research, national research strategies of the Higher Education Council.
That's amazing. I mean, it's a very rich event with its content and the speakers and the researchers as well that was presented. Professor Paul, welcome to Bahrain, and I hope you enjoyed your stay here.
Very much so.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's good to know. Can you tell us more? Education is heavily linked with technological development. How can that be integrated to achieve better education?
You're absolutely correct. The world is moving very fast, and our students are global citizens, so they have to move fast with it. So we have to keep pace.
Yes.
So it's not only that, but it's also the innovation side of it. We have to encourage them to think in a different way and adapt and to change to their world of work once they've graduated. So it's very important that we keep up. The conference was focusing on that, developing new ideas, sharing new ideas, and really looking to the future.
And how did you find the response of the students and the guests as a keynote speaker in the event?
Absolutely wonderful. It was a really engaging event because we were talking with passion about things that were important to us from across the world, and it's quite surprising. It didn't really matter where people came from. Their ideas were shared, and we had a common goal and a common ground with it. So it was unusual for a conference.
That's amazing.
Sometimes you don't get agreement on ideas.
Yes.
This time we did, and it's really important.
Great. And just like I mentioned as a keynote speaker, how does such events reflect the efforts of the Kingdom of Bahrain in exerting in this field, in your opinion?
You have some wonderful young people in Bahrain, and it came to the fore during the conference. They really are quite inspiring. And I think what we're talking about in terms of enterprise and entrepreneurship is encouraging them to think for themselves, to explore ideas which are important for them, so they can take it forward and starting to think in a different way, sort of lateral thinking half the time, so that they can begin to explore those things and not just fit into a normal career, but to help them to forward to the career that they want.
And they can truly, you know, give the best efforts and the best outcome.
It brings out passion, it brings out that personal understanding. This is my life, this is my career, and it's really important, and it brings out that passion and that ownership. And if we can encourage our students to do that, then the future is looking very good.
Yes, absolutely. I remember my old days as a student. I always loved to have such, events to attend to just try to understand and see where I would end up, where I can give when it comes to passion. And it's great to have, we're honored to have such a keynote speaker in the event, of course, and I'm sure that all the material that was provided for the guests was, all beneficial and educational. Professor Charles, moving to you, welcome to Bahrain, and I hope you had a great stay so far.
Thank you so much. It's been an enjoyable conference.
So you're coming back?
Enjoyable being here in Bahrain.
So you're coming back definitely?
I will do, definitely.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to know, how important is it to host such events in your opinion?
I think it's absolutely critical. And a conference of this nature that brings together academics, industrialists, and policy makers. You couldn't have put together a better combination of those who will share knowledge and have cross-fertilization of ideas.
Definitely.
And I think we should also remember the real importance of innovation in construction and innovation in the built asset. The primary reason why we have buildings and have the facilities is to improve the quality of life of its users.
Yes.
And a sector like construction truly needs innovation in all its diversified form. And a conference of this nature where technological innovations were discussed, process innovations, and entrepreneurship. So the importance cannot be overemphasized. And I think I will welcome more conferences of this nature organized jointly by these two institutions. And the CIOB would like to be part and parcel of it.
Of course, and we'll be honored to have that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Professor
For
Ghassan?
sure. It's a pleasure to be associated with the Charter building, with London South Bank University, and it's all about international collaboration,
Yes.
bringing the opportunities to the Kingdom of Bahrain.
Sharing experience.
And for a conference of this nature, to have the support of the chairman of the board of directors in the university, Mr.
Yes.
Samir Nas, and the chairman of the board of trustees, Professor Wahib Al-Khaja, where he delivered a speech about the future directions of research and innovation enterprise in the kingdom and beyond. I think the conference was a great success, to be honest, in terms of the knowledge creation, the research findings. When you look at the proceedings of this conference, which have 700 pages
Amazing.
of knowledge and research findings from 69 submissions from 130 researchers, as I mentioned before, from 16 countries.
That's
It's a
amazing.
major achievement, and we really, this will create the opportunities for the Kingdom of Bahrain in terms of raising our profile, improving the number of our publications,
Yes.
our citations, where we can go up in the league tables of universities. Recently in the QS Arab region university rankings, we were ranked 37
Amazing.
in the Arab world. There are 1,200 universities.
Wow.
And this is because research contribute to that development for sure. So these conferences are really fantastic opportunity for us. In addition, when you look at the economic contribution to the
Yes.
people who come from overseas,
Yes.
come to Bahrain, and they are impressed with the quality of life and the weather and the kingdom as a
Yes.
whole. So they have to spend some money and come back as tourists in the future. So you can see some academic benefits and, economic benefits.
Yeah.
We've been working with the Applied Science University in Bahrain now for 5 years. And from our perspective in the UK, this is one of the finest universities in the region by a long
Amazing.
way. And it's doing wonderful things for Bahrain. And I think the conference that we've just enjoyed, in addition to the one that you held 2 years ago, which was an equal success, is drawing Bahrain and the UK together in a very engaging, constructive way.
Yes.
Can I just say one thing
course.
that it's what I'm mentioning? It's the essence of bringing together highly skilled academics,
Yes.
working closely with up-and-coming researchers.
Yeah.
That mentorship, it's absolutely important.
Of course.
And one of the things we want to do, we being the Chartered Institute of Building and the construction industry, is to use innovation to professionalize the industry. Too often the industry has a bad name. We believe that through technological innovation, it should improve the professionalism. And the other point I think one has to stress, it's almost every country in the world, the construction sector is absolutely lacking of skilled people. And we want to encourage young people to come into the construction industry.
Yeah.
So conferences like this sort improves the image of construction,
Sure.
delivers and shows people what construction can offer.
Yes.
So I welcome conferences of this nature.
Of course.
I want to add one thing as well, because the importance of this conference comes from the context that by 2022, 75 million jobs across the globe will be displaced because of automation.
Yes.
But 133 million jobs will be created, a net gain of 58 millions. So the workforce need to be reskilled
Yes.
to look at artificial intelligence, new
Absolutely.
technologies. And when you look at the Industrial Revolution, what's happening now in terms of the knowledge economy, Industrial Revolution, how it evolved from agricultural to industrial, and now we're talking about Industry 4. Industry 4 involve all sorts of cyberspaces, the use of virtual and augmented reality, and this is what's needed really for at least our students for the future to be skilled in these areas.
Of course, definitely.
And the answer is in here.
Yes,
I'll sure be getting a copy of that.
absolutely.
I want to know, Professor Ghassan, what is next for the university?
Yeah, I mean, we have been hosting these events on almost 2 yearly basis, and hopefully we'll increase the number. We want to do top quality
Yes.
conferences, but of course this research will create impact in terms of some of the learning we have gained from the papers published in that proceedings. This will help us in create, at least for the university, a research culture where bring people from across the globe, top universities who came to Bahrain this time, believe me, and they want to be engaged with us, to encourage international joint collaboration, making sure that we're addressing topical issues which can help the Kingdom of Bahrain. We don't want to do research which is irrelevant to Bahrain. We want to do research which could be applied in Bahrain, let the Kingdom benefit from it. And Vision 2030 is all about making Bahrain knowledge hub, and these type of activities will definitely contribute to
Yes.
that vision without any doubt. The vision of the Higher Education Council as well in terms of their strategies is in line with what we are trying to achieve here, and it's very, very important for us to create this culture of research. Of course, I mean research in general in the Arab world is still embryonic. We need more investment in research, but these type of activities will definitely create the impact needed to be recognized by international players that Bahrain is moving in the right direction in terms of
Absolutely.
research. And all indications, when you look at the World Economic Forum competitiveness reports, Bahrain has progressed immensely. It's competing now with very powerful nations
Yes.
on many
Aspects.
aspects.
I think that point about international is really important as well, because although this is a very powerful story for Bahrain, whether it's construction, whether it's other aspects of tech and development, it's in a global context. And so what Bahrain's doing is fits in entirely with how the world is developing. And in many
Developing, yes.
ways, Bahrain's in the lead of this. So this is what we need to keep on feeding, keep on working, because the young people in Bahrain deserve this.
Yes, absolutely. And we as Bahrainis are proud of such initiatives and partnerships, of course, to, take the education to the next level. I have a last question before I wrap up the segment. Any last messages, any takeaways from the event?
I think we have to be proud of what we have achieved. I think we have to be very positive about the future, and we have to be aware of what's happening, especially in terms of technological development. Everybody is
Absolutely.
talking now about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, augmented and virtual reality. We cannot afford to be behind.
Yes.
We should be ahead.
Absolutely.
I think this is an important event, and we also need to be thinking about the contribution of the innovation
Yes.
to the buildings and to the users. What I think I have to say about the young generation, it's the competition will be fierce.
Yes.
And those who innovate it and those who show an enterprising skills are likely to be in the forefront of that competition. And I also want to end by saying that a country like Bahrain should be very, very proud of its younger generation. And I think they should be proud in that the younger generation have the thirst to acquire these skills, this knowledge, and some of the innovative practices.
Yes, definitely.
And we need leaders in construction who are knowledgeable about these skills and who are able to lead with vision and authority and motivation to enthuse all those who work around them. So it's a bright future for the younger
Definitely.
generation.
I would agree with Charles on that. The evidence that we've seen from the conference over the last 2 days is that the ideas of researchers, the passion and the enthusiasm of students, the future for Bahrain is very bright. It's in a global context, and we should have faith in the future. I think it's going to be rather inspiring. So we're very buoyed up by the last 2 days, and it's been a very rewarding experience. And thank you for having us here.
Thank you for being here, and thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for being part of the show and
Thank
being in Bahrain today.
And the social event of the conference was fantastic.
Absolutely right.
I'm absolutely sure that anything organized by the university
Thank you so much.
just aims to bring the best.
Thank
you
you.
so much for
Shukran.
being here,
Thank
and we
you.
wish you a safe flight back
Thank you
home.
so much.
Thank you.
Shukran.
Thank you.
Stay tuned as we go for a short break, and we'll be back for more. Moving on to the world of art. In Jungian psychology, a mandala is a symbol that represents a dreamer's search for completeness and self-unity. Mandala is also known to be an awesome art to experiment with doodles, shapes, and symmetry. Let's have a look at this mandala session.
The workshops are just the acrylic painting that we copy, actually replicate a famous artist's famous painting. That's easy to replicate, so we don't pick out really tricky ones. And I just let them experiment on their own, so it's their own version of it.
You get to achieve something out of zero. I mean, it's not like you have a painting in front of you and you are trying to do the same colors and everything. Your creativity is stimulated and it's so nice, relaxing, and you imagine stuff. And as you can see, everybody starts from scratch, so it's not like there is a competition or anything, and it's nice.
It's kind of meditative. It's nice actually to spend time for yourself, just to relax your mind and to be in a kind of meditative state of mind. And it's beautiful, it's very peaceful. I liked it actually, I really enjoyed it.
I thought it would be, quite honestly, I thought it would be really frustrating to draw those little patterns. But once I got into it, I forget about all the other worries and I'm just going on and on and on. I wasn't expecting this, so it's really fun.
That looks very interesting. To talk more about that, we have here with us Miss Chloe from L'Atelier Art Lounge to talk more about that. Hello and welcome to the studio.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm very good with all of this beautiful art. So in the beginning, can you tell us more about the Art Lounge?
Yes, so L'Atelier is an art place located in Sif Mall. We are open to kids and adults. So our main activity is paint on the go. So the concept is to come to L'Atelier, choose an object from a various selection between wood, ceramic, glass, porcelain, and even canvas. And you paint there, and you will get the assistance of our team, and all the material will be provided.
I've been there. I personally like it. I think it's a nice space for, you know, family and friends to have some sort of activity together.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested to know, what were you working on earlier?
Yeah, so that is a mandala. And
That's beautiful.
so this one is on watercolor paper with paint, watercolor, and then draw the mandala on it.
And can you tell us more about what mandala represents?
Yeah, so a mandala originally is a symbol, spiritual and ritual symbol used in Buddhism and Hinduism. So that represents the universe. So the word mandala means in Sanskrit circle. So the circular like design that you see usually represents the idea that the life is never ending and that everything is connected.
Okay, so you do provide this workshop at the Art Lounge, and what other workshops as well do you provide?
Yeah, so at the Art Lounge we try to do, like we have art classes for kids, and for the adult we have different type of workshops. So usually every end of the month we have the sip and paint. So this one is like our most famous workshop. The aim is like to complete one painting in a session of 2 hours, 2 hours and a half.
Wow.
So it's for everyone, especially beginners, because the teacher will be here like to guide us step by step.
Okay.
To paint and complete the painting.
It's amazing. I was going to ask you, can beginners do that in 2 hours, complete a full drawing?
So for the mandala, yeah, it's a bit different, but yes, like we do.
It's possible.
Yes, like different, like this kind of mandala just black and white
Yeah.
is doable for
Okay.
someone for the first time in one session.
It's very nice, and I see that you're using different elements in each drawing. Can you tell us more about the elements board that you have
Yes.
with you?
So that is something I made like to help the student when we do the mandala workshop.
Okay.
So I just categorized with the center, what I called petal and leaves, feelings and everything. That's every element that compose the mandala.
Okay.
From the center to the edge.
That's very
So
interesting.
That's just like a different pattern that I registered like this. When
And if we
have the
can show
class.
that to our presenters, to our viewers, I mean, it's very interesting to see how you've sectioned it. It makes it a bit easier to kind of imagine what you want to
Exactly,
to complete.
especially when it's your first time, like you want to have some samples
Yes.
and like know what to do.
And normally when you're teaching that workshop, does each student have a different outcome, or do they all work towards the same result?
Yeah, it depends actually, because what I like about mandala is that everyone is different, and you can see that in the mandala you create. So from your neighbor or you,
Okay.
it will be a different
So it
mandala
could be
at the
different,
end.
yeah.
So that's the very nice thing, because after you draw a lot of mandala, you have your own style on that you pick on the way.
Yeah.
But for the first time, some they do just a circular mandala, some they do with pointy shapes. When my husband tried the mandala, it was more geometrical patterns,
Yes.
maybe more man
Yes.
style. So everyone does something different.
And we were talking off air, and your husband also mentioned that when he tried it for the first time, it's for 2 hours his mind was, just focused on that
Yeah.
painting, and he wasn't thinking about anything else. So can you tell us the benefits of such art and the mandala in general?
Yeah, so actually mandala it's used a lot in the relaxation, yoga, meditation. So because the patterns and the design, they were meant to remove negative thoughts.
Okay.
And to let the creative mind run free. So that's what we try to do in the workshop when we draw. It's just to let the creativity run free and just draw. So when you are focused on something like a mandala, you don't think about anything else. So the feedback that I get a lot after the mandala class is that the ladies were there, they didn't see the time pass, and they were oh, but I feel so good, and I just relax, because they were so focused into drawing.
And if someone wants to, try this at home, just to test the waters and
Yeah.
see if they're they're good at it, they can come to the workshop. What's the piece of advice you would give them?
But first, you can try at home for sure, because anyway, there is no rules. What I do in the workshop is just explain how you start, and then give some sample advice to build your mandala.
Yes.
But if you want to try it at home, you just need a few equipments, and then you can just try to draw. And even if your first one is bad, you can just continue, and
Yeah.
after you will.
And
do
what are
something
what are the equipments? Because you have some with you here.
Yes, I
Can you just
brought.
show us what equipments do we need to try this at home
Yeah.
for busy moms like me who can't attend classes?
So if you want to do on paper, you will need some geometrical
Okay.
equipment.
Okay.
So the protractor, the compass, the ruler.
Just to make sure that everything is.
Yeah,
You know.
actually, I just have a sample here.
Yes, of course. We would like to see.
You need just to make a kind of a wheel to
Okay,
start. So
okay.
that's what I teach at the beginning of the mandala, the technique.
Does can we show the wheel?
Yeah.
There's a wheel with a pencil that you've drawn. I
Yeah.
want to show the viewers.
So there is guidelines. So that we call the guidelines.
Yes.
All this wheel.
Yes.
So that will be the structure to draw your mandala.
Okay.
So then after you need those equipment with your
Okay.
pencil, and then you need different type of pen. So
Okay.
if you want to try for the first time at home, you can do use any pen, but when you come a little bit
Advanced.
yes, this is the one I like,
Okay.
Pigma Micron, because they have a lot of different sizes.
Okay.
So it's very useful, like whether you want to do something very small and very intricate, or like.
And they're dark, I guess. So they're very
yes,
like pitch black.
Those
and
ones
you
they're
can-
black, and
Yes.
they're very good. Then I have also like other paint marker
Oh, okay.
of this, because when you do like a big canvas, like the one in front
Yes.
with the tiger, you need obviously like something like with a
Yes.
big tip. So
And do they normally just use the color black, or it can be colorful?
no, it
or
can be
there's no
very
rule?
yes, there is no rule. Like everyone can do whatever they like. So you can use color like to trace, then you can fill them with colors, or you can do the
Okay.
colors in the background.
Yeah.
That's really up
Because some
to
people
you.
like to color them.
Yes.
They get the drawings and they
Actually,
go for coloring
that's
it.
another type of like
Workshops.
meditation
Okay.
and workshop also,
Yeah.
because if you don't draw the mandala, you can color it. Now it's famous.
It's
like
getting
all
popular,
the-
yes, with all of these colors, you know,
Coloring
different
books
shades.
and-
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
So us, we like we try to do the workshop like to draw, and also the workshop after to color them also, because
Okay.
there is after a lot of things with the colors, like they mean something also.
Yes.
If you want really to get into it, like each color has a meaning, and so you can use it for your well-being, like to
How you
color
can
a
reflect it
mandala.
on your mandala.
Yes.
That's really great. So are you having any workshop, you know, in the coming few days?
Yeah, like
Okay.
actually, and end of the month we have the sip and paint. So that's really painting, just like we do Van Gogh or Monet, like we duplicate or stuff like this.
Okay.
But then the mandala workshop, we will have one beginning of December,
Okay.
Wednesday 4th.
All right, that was really, really enlightening and very interesting, and I'm sure I'm going to try it at home. But of course, I need to come to a class to
Yes.
make sure that I get the fundamentals
pleasure.
at least. So thank you so much for being here with us and explaining all of this for our viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's our pleasure. Viewers, don't go away. We have more. And in our final segment, we shed light on Bahrain's long history in ice hockey, with the first team being established back in 1991. The Bahrain Ice Hockey Club is still active and has won many competitions and gained a great reputation around the Gulf, adding to many sport achievements of the kingdom. Let's take a look at the following report. Welcome back. With us here in the studio from the Bahrain Ice Hockey Club, Coach Peter Vidber and Captain Salma Hijazi. Welcome to Bahrain Today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you. I mean, a Bahraini ice hockey team. How did that happen, Coach Peter?
I think Sam can tell us much more than about the club than
Thank you.
I'm
Sure.
from.
Yeah, we have the hockey here in Bahrain since 1991, but we have the found the official club 2009 under the umbrella of Bahrain Sports and Youth. We practicing like, let's say, twice a week.
Okay.
We're trying to also having like kids and women team, and also we have we started now with the women team.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I will not be trying it because I'm bad with balance.
That's okay. We started with the all basic skating. Even if like someone wants to start to play hockey, we take him to the basic skating classes, and then day by day, practice by practice, then we can like like follow him and to be like a hockey
Gradually
player.
take him to the next step.
Next step. Yeah.
How do you find people's interactions when it comes to the sport? When you say that we have an ice hockey team, how do you normally, you saw my reaction earlier, but how do people normally react?
It's the same. Like here in Bahrain, everyone telling him we have an ice hockey practicing and we have a hockey team. Said, what, do we have hockey here? So yeah, we have. It's normal. It's normal to have to everyone like surprised about ice hockey here in Bahrain, especially where, like I said, in desert country.
Yes.
Yeah, but this game is kind of different from all other games. We love this game and trying to.
So is it getting popular here in Bahrain?
Yeah,
more people are,
Yes.
getting the awareness
Yeah.
about Bahrain having an ice hockey team.
Yeah.
They want to join, they want to attend the games and see how you guys play.
Yes, a lot of players and a lot of, especially the kids, they love the games. They want to just come and skate with some games. And now we're trying to have the kids, but not like telling them it's a hockey game, just come for fun, skate. Then we give him the stick, the puck. When they see the stick and the puck, it's like, oh, okay, I want to go and shoot and score.
And try
so,
it.
Yeah, from this side, we can build the kids and the mentality about the hockey.
Amazing. Coach Peter, you've been practicing the sport for a while. How do you find the skills here in Bahrain?
The skills are on a good level. It's not you cannot show up with the teams in Europe. It's not possible. In Europe, this sport seems years ago.
Yes.
And here they start, but it's on a good way. It's a good way. The most of the people here, the players, they have a good heart. They will, they try, they do hard. And when we go for a tournament, like last year in Dubai, was 2 times winner in the C division now.
Amazing.
We have help from outside, of course, but the other teams also, they come not alone. They have also help from outside, and it's a good way. The guys, they try hard and they play hard, and
they're really passionate about it, I'm sure, to practice such a sport in an island, just like you mentioned. And how do you normally train kids, especially being, a very adventurous sport, I would say. I wouldn't say dangerous when you're having all these safety measures. How do you convince mothers that it's going to be okay to have your kids practice?
Yeah, first of all, when the mother come to join her kids for the skating, first we can tell like if he can skate or not.
So you measure his level
in the beginning, and then if like he can skate, so we tell the parents, okay, now we need to give him the protection. We have the hockey protection.
The gear, yes.
Yeah, the gear is not available here in Bahrain. We ordered online, but they can use just the helmet, the elbow pads, and the knee pads in the beginning, unless we order the hockey equipment. It's not like cheap, but it's the same.
But it's worth it. It lasts long.
Yeah, it stays like for years.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why when you tell the kids, he can skate and you can give him the stick and puck, he will be more interested in the game. Then he can order and
he gets attached to it and starts wanting
but the
to.
safety is first, because it's really dangerous, especially for the kids.
Yes.
Any mistakes, any fall down, would be.
Yes, of course, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
And where can we find you, Captain, for anyone interested into following the news of the team? What's next? Where can people find you?
We are practicing let's say 3 days a week. Saturdays for the kids, Sunday, Tuesday for the big team, and also on the Instagram we have the official account, on the Facebook. So,
what's the account?
MYS.Bahrain Ice Hockey Team.
All right.
Yeah.
And Coach, I see a very nice helmet here in the studio. Can you tell us more about it? You can.
Yeah, I play goalie since I was 12 years.
Okay.
Before I was normal skater, and goalie. Every team or every coaches, they say goalies are different. When you will be a goalie, you must be a little bit different. Otherwise, you cannot do this job. And every helmet that I wear, they are custom made.
Wow.
They're painted. I talk to the painter what I want, and this one is special for Bahrain. I talked to him. I need a portrait of the king. It's really important for me. And on this side we have a sundowner with the camels.
Amazing.
And on the back plate is the flag of Bahrain.
Wow.
For me, it's really important. I love Bahrain. I come here in the winter time since 10 years, and to play here with the guys, for me, it's really amazing.
It's a piece of art, I must say.
This is piece of art. Yes.
I must say it's beautiful, and even the paintings. It's very, very, detailed.
Yes, everything. The helmets.
So how many helmets do you own?
I don't know.
A lot.
A lot.
So you make sure that each helmet tells a story.
Yes.
Tells something, whether it's your passion or something you want to, have as a memory with you.
I have no helmet is twice.
Okay.
All are unique.
Amazing.
And I sell them not. Sometimes when it's really important and nice persons, I give them as a gift.
Okay.
I think one of my helmets, they stay in Saudi Arabia. I think he's in a king's house. One of the guys, they say he wanted, and
you give it when someone cares about it, the sentimental part, not just the monetary part. Yeah, absolutely.
This is important for me. They are amazing. Also expensive, really expensive, these helmets. But when some also kids or someone they when you feel this, you feel this when he try to have this really, and we can do it.
It's amazing. Back to you, Captain. How often do you practice, and how do you make sure that what you're doing here in Bahrain will help you in your competitions outside?
Yes, we're practicing 5 times a week. 3 times on ice, 2 times off ice.
Okay.
Yeah, we need the off ice more than the on ice, especially because we have a small ice rink. So when you go outside to play the big tournament, it's a big ice rink.
Yes.
It's like huge, like double, triple than what we're having here. So we tell the guys we need to like more fitness, more endurance to build them the mentality about the big field for the ice. That's why we having like 2 times actually for the first team, and 1 day for the kids, plus the 3 times of the ice.
Amazing.
To build up the fitness.
And where do you see the team? Where do you see your next plans?
Next plans, now we're trying our best to have the membership of for IHF hockey, like the International Federation for Ice Hockey. This is the most important thing for us, because through this membership we can play in the Asian Games, we can play in the World Cup qualification, but then that we cannot do anything just in the region like GCC tournaments or open
just waiting for that membership.
This is the only thing we need. It's like, and we are waiting it from. I hope from that everything will be okay with the government.
Hopefully.
To
and you were talking about also the new ice hockey ring that's gonna be opened soon. So I'm sure you're excited for that.
Yeah, we're all excited for that. We heard that they have a new ice rink in Dilmonia Mall, but unfortunately it's like same like what we have. It's not the official ice rink, and also we can say like our problem here is the size of the ice rink.
Yes.
We hope like next project with the ice rink will be official size, at least the same sizes. It will be perfect for us. So like we can have some like games here.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, from Russia, from Canada, from US. Invited them to play some games here. We can having the tournaments we going every year to Dubai or
I'm sure it's going to be beautiful.
We'll have it here.
To have people here in an island to have such competitions on
exactly.
the
this
ice.
Is what we need,
And of course, I'm sure that the team, with their determination, their commitment towards achieving this goal, all of this will be one day a reality.
We hope so. Yeah, we hope so.
So thank you so much for being part of our episode today. I'm really glad that I've met you, and I got to know that we have an ice hockey team, and I'm very proud of these accomplishments, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewers, we will be back for more. And that is all for this evening. We thank all the guests who were with us today, and we will see you next time in Bahrain Today. If you'd like to be with us on the show, or you have suggestions or questions for us, then contact us on our accounts shown on the screen. Goodbye and God bless.